Hello everybody, always Dizzy here. Going to start with puzzle streak of 42, as I always do before I play any games. I'll start the 1 minute mark, which is 20 seconds from now, so I can keep track how long I spent. I am tired, as I usually am when I start streaming. I'm going to try to drink more during the day to see if that helps. And we're going to start in a couple seconds from now. Here we go. Mate there. Hopefully the microphone's all working correctly. Remove the defender. Hello, Sansu. Why'd you choose Sansu as your name? Have you read The Art of War? So far, so good. Check and then bishop b2. Rook h1. I didn't even see that pawn. Holy crap. Well, we have to take that. Mate in 2. Testing. Okay. Knight d7. Or should I just take the rook? I think I should just take the rook, because I'm not really threatening to. I mean, if I take on f8, he can just recapture. Like, either way, I'm winning. They both seem good, honestly. Oh wait, no. Yeah. Sorry. So here he can move his rook to safety, and then if I take, yeah. So I'm just taking the rook. This is kind of a trick puzzle here, and I think I'm just taking the queen and then taking on e3. Okay, that was a red herring. I have a fork on f2. I am down the exchange though already. Then I have another fork. Ooh, long response on the Art of War. Yeah, I mean, it's very, very famous. I never read it myself. Are you Chinese? How did I choose my target? because originally it was something like 34 and I've just slowly increased it as I gotten faster. Basically, if I start averaging like around 20 minutes or something, then I increase it. But I think I don't know, I can't imagine increasing it from 42 anytime soon, if ever, because it's hard to consistently hit it. And then I have to start over every time. So anyways, I'm thinking rook d1. I don't see why this would not be good. So we got a freebie there. Yeah, I asked because I was going to throw out some Mandarin, but my Mandarin is extremely rusty. But I know some Confucius quotes, like "三人精并有我师," but I didn't read The Art of War. I'm not well read, unfortunately. I don't know. I'm thinking just check and then take the bishop, have the bishop pair against two rooks. And then I can hopefully support the A pawn. But I could also give a check on F. Actually, no, this is the wrong way because he can defend. So it is going to be bishop F4. Yeah, that's still a grind. Okay. I'm in check here. I think I can just take it because I'm on the queen. And I want to go, I think I want to take with the king. Otherwise, he's got a double check here, which could be a problem. So I think we want to take with the king. Although that also lets him give a queen check now on h5. But I still seem to be in good shape there. Except I have to then go to a dark square. But that's doesn't seem to be a problem. I just go back king g1. He can take here, but I'm up a whole knight. So I think it's king takes, but is there a reason? Yeah, I just don't like that he's got a double check here. Like bishop f2. But I'm still up a piece there as well. Oh, yeah, I don't know. They both seem good. Oh, no. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is king takes. Because if I take with the queen, I think he can just go bishop f4. Which I should have seen. But I'm still up a piece there. Which is why this is partly why this is so confusing. So I go queen g2. But then he has this check, and that's ultimately what's going to hurt me. So yeah, I think I'm going king h1, and then just king g1. Although it doesn't transpose because his queen is now on h5. Yeah, and then I take, and he does have this check, but my knight is defended by my rook. Yeah, I had to be careful. This batch is pretty tricky. Okay, he has no check, so maybe knight or rook b2. Threatening d3. That looks decent. If he goes king d1. I wonder if it's good enough to then play e2, takes, check, and then escort this. That'll be very close. I think that's winning though. I'll look at this with the engine after. Okay, it didn't go for that. I'm just going to take here. So I want to look at this other line. With the engine, which was king d1. No, this wouldn't have been winning. So it's check. And then we just come here? Wait, what? Oh, ultimately it has to be c1, not here because it just repeats. So it has to be c1 and then we just winning the pawn. Yeah, okay. Tricky batch so far. There's a knight hanging. And I'm threatening mate, so that should be good on its own. My king should be fairly resilient here. $22. Chat is dead. Nobody's here yet. We are black. I can just give a mate in 2. 23. Well, let's look at the forcing moves. And then I have queen b7. Possibly. No, I think I like rook g7 there. Or rook b7. Because then it's mate. And mate is usually a good thing. So just rook b7 is mate. 24. So we have a check. He has one legal move. And then is this mate? Knight h3. That's mate. 25. Can he stop my b pawn? I think so. He has bishop c1 for one thing. I can then take on d4. I mean, this is very strong though for me. I actually have a fork. He moves somewhere. Take, and then push. That's got to be winning. That's got to be winning. Yeah, so I think I'm taking on b3. And if rook a3, I just go b2. Yeah, so I just go b2 here. And win the exchange. Actually, no, I would just win the rook. What's your rating, Sun Tzu? There should be a mate in 3. No, it's not, but we win the queen from a deflection. Oh! Wait. You gotta be joking. Is it because I lose my other rook on the end? But isn't that still winning? I guess he's got 2 rooks. Oh my goodness. Okay. Sorry, I got to start over. That's the rules. I don't make them. Well, I did make the rules here. But that's a proper deflection. I have to start over. Hello, Larson say. Larson say is looking forward to going back to school. He loves homework and tests and everything about it. Okay, I've got a fork here. Black. White. So we have a check. Then he has to go to h5 or else I win the queen. So we'll both queen and then I have a check. That's not going to do it. But I mean, we're both going to queen. Oh, no. Yeah, his king is on a5. So, skewer. $12. Take back rank. Not quite. But then I have bishop a6, which this is underrated. That's underrated. That was like 1400. I have a check with a discovery on his queen. 14. Seven of 9. Nope, it's going to be this, but 7 of 9 led up to it. This will be mate. 16. Yikes. Oh, I can just take 17. I have a fork on D2 at the end. 18. I've got rook h1 and then I can take on f2. And then I have rook h1, rook h8. Oh, okay, well, we just moved the king. I can take and then queen d5. There should be a mate here. Mate in 3, I think. There's a fork, but instead we're going to give checkmate. 22. Make me g6 here. Looks good. 23. Fork. 25. Disconnect. Should be good. 26. Discovery. And we're going to take that first. Okay, these are always annoying. King c2. These are always annoying. Then he has check. So could it be here? Here? Oh boy. King b4. Here, and then I'm okay. I think it might be king b4. The best I see is king d4. Is knight d4 and then I go b2. And different color squares, so he's not going to fork there. Okay, 28. This looks like a bird. This looks like a bird. This is a stone wall. I'm in check, I just realized. This is weird. Oh, this is weird. There's king f1. This is very weird. No, I just take it with the king. This is not weird at all. It's somehow an optical. And then I just go king f1. I don't know why. This was a optical illusion. 29. Chat is still dead. I think it's just mate and 2 here. 30. So we have check, bishop f1. And then can I sack? I can. 31. Coffee's getting cold. Not cold, but warm. We're in check, so I don't think we want a g8 or sorry, queen g8, because then he has rook f8, which might actually still be good for me. So I have to consider that. If I take on e8, Ryan will give you the bird, but does he play the bird? So I take on e8, and then he gives me a checkerino. And then do I go queen g8, or do I take, and then this is weird. The bird is the word. Where will you play the bird? Are you going to play it? I played it over the board, not even knowing. That was a crazy tournament. I played all these openings I didn't know. That was such a weird tournament. Okay, but yeah, I take check. I can go queen g8 there. And let's just say I do. And let's say he takes. I'm up a piece there. I think it's queen g8. I think it might be queen g8 here. Otherwise, if I'm taking the rook, I'm down the exchange somehow. It's one of those weird positions. I have a fork here, which has to be good. Oh, he's about to promote, but that's... I'll be up at night. Yeah, so I think just rook b8. $33. We are white. Oh God, I always get these wrong. These are tricky. I think it's h6 because it's harder for his king to go around. If you go here, his king just needs to get to f8. That's all his king needs to do. But he can't actually do it there either. But maybe he can push the pawn. I always get flummoxed on this. Or maybe he chases my pawn and then I push. And then after he takes, then he can... Although that seems to be winning. I always get confused. If I go h6 though, he cannot do that. He has to go to e4. But maybe he's still in time there. I always get confused. So h6, king e4, king g7. Let's say king f5 takes king f6, king g7. So that should be winning. Should be. Oh, this is the problem. He might have h6. If I go king g7, I think h6 is the problem. I'm not entirely sure though, but I think so. Because then if I take, then no, he's still White's still shouldering him out. I always get so confused here. King g7. king f5. Takes king here. And I just come back. I mean, that should be winning. And why? How can I refute h6? h6. How does black draw that? Oh, I always get this wrong. H6. I mean, this has to be good. How could this not be good? King g7. Like, how is that not winning? Oh, king g7. There's king g6. No, there's not. I don't understand. I always get this wrong. It's such a. It's simple, but it warps my mind. King g7. I do wonder about h6. h6 takes, but I'm always getting to g7, so that should never be a problem. King g5, h6. King h7. King f7, and then king g8. Yeah, king g6, h7. It should be good. Is there a reason that h6 is not good? King g4, king g7. They both look winning. This is I always get this one wrong. This type of puzzle. We go h6 first. I mean, this should not be a problem. Very, very, very confused. Yeah, no, this is deceptively difficult. I need to refute one of them. I need to refute one of them. h6. They both seem to work for white. Okay, king e4, king g7. Like going this route would be no different. You know, it takes. Because white can always go. Oh, no, wait. Here he has to go to g8. I just got an error on my script there. King g8. Oh, no. That's never a problem because he always says. Because king g8 supports it after king g6, h7. You know, so I'm very confused. h6, king e4, king g7, right? King f6, king h7. I wonder if I'm going to minimize chat because I don't want any help. I'm wondering if black ties itself to this pawn. I don't think that's the reason though. I think it's all about getting to the promised land. But yeah, h6, let's just say king g5, king g7, king g6, king h7. I don't see how this is not winning because white always just goes here. So maybe it is h6, but then I need to refute king g7. King g7. I'm going to do both at once. No, yeah, I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense to me. Oh, maybe it's here. No, but there's the same thing. If takes here. No, then it's king g5. Okay, I think I'm getting somewhere. I think this is wrong. I think king g7 is wrong. Because king f5, I'll look at this with the engine after, but king f5, Yeah, I was just onto something there. So king g7, king f5 takes. And yeah, I think this is the key. King f6. So either black gets to the promised land or else you go backwards. You go backwards to king. I'm going to open up chat. I think this is the key. This is the key. The king goes backwards to g5. As a result, h6 is the right move. I'll show you afterwards. Yeah, so I'll show you afterwards. So where does it start? It starts here. So if you go here first, the king comes up, and then if takes, after here, the king goes backwards to king g5. And if you push the pawn, then we go to the promised land. I did forget to calculate h6 here, but it costs a move. If he takes, then we have the promised land. If we go here, this is, I didn't look at this line. This is actually kind of tricky. And then we have king g6, and now black is winning. Yeah. So that's why it was hard to see. You have to see this backward move. Well, that was tricky. That's a very good puzzle, useful puzzle though. Yeah. White to move. I've got chat open again. Wow, symmetry. This has to be a study, right? This couldn't happen randomly. Well, that doesn't really make sense. Is this? Well, I would assume we're taking the bishop. That way I keep up a move, and then I can take on d4. And then we have reserve tempi. So I think this is about reserve tempi. We take on f6, he takes on f3, the facts of life, and then we take on d4. h5, h4, we won the reserve tempi. So yeah, 35. We have a deflection, but this has to go first. So how does that work? This is actually defended. So can I take here? Yeah, I can just take on f7 actually. Weird puzzle. Okay, 36. I see a couple of interesting ideas. One is we take, and then rook d8 was threatening mate. I might even be able to go rook c8 there. Or I might be able to take and then attack his rook, like bishop, like here. There's a lot going on here, though. Actually, no. I think it's just taking and then taking the knight, but he doesn't have to recapture. He doesn't have to recapture. He can just like create Luft. So that can't be right. Stupid script. Is this thing working when I minimize? Is this working? No, I like the idea. Okay, so take and then rook d8. I'm threatening mate. Test it. Okay, it's minimized now. It's minimized, 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 unminimized. Because I'm getting script errors on my end. Did it update at all? Okay, thank you. Yeah, so take on c1, bishop c1, and then rook d8. Here I'm threatening mate. If he stops mate, I can take the knight, but I'm still down a piece. So I don't know. That may not help me. Like, let's just say he goes g3, but then I'm winning the bishop too, but I can't take both pieces. For example, actually, yeah. So let's just, let's say he goes g3, and I give another check, king g2. He has two pieces under attack, although now he's threatening. No, I'm covering b8, but I can take a piece, but I'm already down a piece. I can only take one piece, is what I'm trying to say. So rook c1, bishop c1, rook d8, g3, rook d1 check, king g2. I don't think that works. I can either take the bishop or I take the knight. So that doesn't work as much as I want it to. But it's got to be something. It's got to be... the other move I had was attacking the rook, bishop c8, and then I might win the exchange here or something. Because I'm threatening mate here. Yeah, I think this might be the solution. Because I'm threatening mate and I'm threatening his rook, and his rook can't stop the mate threat. So I think I'm winning the exchange there. And we want it to be this way so that we're covering h2. Yeah. Okay, I nailed it. 37. Almost mate. Then I can take on e5. But I think we have a 7 of 9 on the menu. But how do I continue from there? There's no continuation there, unfortunately. Oh, you guys hear that? My script that writes to this keeps failing. I will have to look at why it does that. Okay, check. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. What else would I was? And then I was looking at this, and then here he has two ways to defend, but then I can take on e5. Okay, but if he blocks with the bishop, no, I mean there's nothing there. There just isn't. This is so close to being good. Oh, I have 96 rather. 96. If he goes back here, it's mate. And if he goes here, then it's mate. So that is the solution. Then mate. Okay, 38. His rook is hanging. So is my knight. If I take the rook. It's current, but this wins the exchange though. It does win the exchange. I hope that's not the solution, because that's a pretty crappy puzzle. Whoops, didn't mean to click that. His pawns are very strong, like his C and D pawns. Plus he has D4, like takes, and he's threatening D4 there. Oh, I'm also hitting his bishop. Actually, never mind. This just has to be winning. I'm just hitting the bishop. I did see that there were possible issues with my queen getting trapped, but I didn't see this exact move. So that is a bit concerning. I think I have knight D5. I should have seen this before I made my move, though. Yeah, I should have seen that before I made my move. We have check and mate Mate in 3 here. Let me verify. Looks good. 40. I sent some geometry on this knight. Hello, Sin City. So first of all, it's equal material, but it's kings in the middle. The cat and the fiddle. Okay, maybe it's not so obvious, but... I can win as queen, I think. If I go here, you can take my rook, but then I have check. These are getting so tricky. I think this is the idea, though. Queen e7 and then knight c3. Wins his queen. For a knight. But I'll still be up a little bit of material there. But I'm just verifying now. Or else I win the knight. I think it's, yeah, I think that's what it is. But then you could ask, why not queen e6 here? Because after he takes my rook, he can take my queen. That's why. I think it's queen e7. I'm going to play it. I have to have some confidence. Yeah, and then, yeah, I saw this whole idea right away. I'm pretty happy about that. 41. Because that's not the simplest tactic. Okay, so check. He has one legal move, and it's just a mate in 2. We got a freebie. Freebie. And I'm done. And that was 41 minutes. So, well, I didn't realize it was so long. I'm going to get one wrong on purpose now. I don't know where the time went, because that was only my second attempt, right? I don't know. It didn't feel like it was 41 minutes. Didn't feel like it. Okay. Time for a game. Before I do, let's update CPT. Boom. This is from yesterday. Yeah, so bishop e7 wins by 10 centipawns. It's a 10 centipawn difference over what I played yesterday. So I'll try to remember that in the future. Bishop e7. And then we will load up another game in the system, which was, oh yeah, I think this Latvian, that was, I did not like that loss. And then he went queen f3, which is the main line. Yeah, I played d4. I played this all correctly. Yeah, I played this all correctly. I might run this deeper. Oh, stupid. I'm going to edit this. I don't know. I'll look at it later. That stupid script keeps erroring out when I minimize. No, I'm not going to run that again. Nah, should I? I will. Nah, 15.1 is too old, but I'll keep it because that's not what. So yeah, queen g6. This is what I didn't play last time. I played h3. Yeah, that makes sense. Knight e3 because now our bishop can move. Okay, let me load something else up. Oh, this was. Okay, yeah, this was the bird. And he did this. Oh, come on. I hate it when it does that. This is CPT. It's software that nobody in the world uses but me. Because it's so old and unsupported. Yeah, and then he went here, and then obviously I want to take. But I'll let that run anyways, even though obviously taking is best. Actually, no, I'm not even going to save time. Let me ramble for a little bit while I take care of this. This is what I want to run. This position. Okay, time for a game. Sorry about that. I'm always building up my repertoire, so. Okay, 1946, 1 week old account, and we say no. And we're going to block. Yeah, just lame. Everyone with their fake account. Come on. Why bother play online? I'll just play a bot if I want to play a new account. I'm going to play E4 here. Oh, God. I don't want the French. He's very slow. 5 seconds per move. What's going on? 5 seconds per move, every move. What's going on here? Okay, now he's speeding up. I think it's A3. I'm too old to remember the French. Do we go Queen G4 here? Knight G6? But the knight isn't really fantastic there. I'm going to play Queen G4. I'm not 100. Actually, wait, there might be Knight F5. You're going to the New Year's Open, have fun. This is dangerous to take. There's Queen A5 and there's Knight C3. This can collapse easily. I just don't remember the theory. Hey, theory. I'm thinking Knight G4, but I don't know what I'm doing about Knight F5. Whatever. I'm going to play it. I got to review the lines here. Knight F5, and then I'm thinking F4. Okay. Whoa. Okay. So, yeah, the strat is C3 here. So, but this is a greater threat. Yeah. Okay. So Queen G7, Rook F8. Take this one. Takes. And then I could go back. I could go Queen D. Or can I? I think I can. Is that best? I don't know. Plus, isn't this falling? Yeah, E5's falling. Bing. I also has this too. That's probably the move. And then, yeah, take on H7. Takes on D4. C2 is defended. It takes. Yeah, I could go back to E3 and let him take on E5. I don't know about that. Plus he gets 2 pawns back here. Yeah, very imbalanced. Yeah, I don't know. I think we can actually do that, but I'm too scared. So there's F4 or Knight F3. I think typically f4. I got to review the lines here. He played some unusual stuff, but not unusual. Well, slightly unusual. Oh, I kind of screwed up a little bit, right? Okay, 92. Yeah, I screwed this all up. I think I'm supposed to take on G7, but I just couldn't remember. Yeah, now so this somewhat kind of I have to take now at this point. My queen will defend c2, which helps slightly, but knight f5. I definitely. Oh no, he can't go knight f5 now. Okay, so he's got to go knight bc6, which he does. And if I take, then he's got discoveries. But then I have a check, which keeps me alive. Yeah, it's complicated though. Yeah, can I take? Oh, there's he's on c2 twice here. Yeah, I think that's going to end up being too dangerous for me. So I've got bishop e3. Can he push here? I can take, right? Okay. Oh, okay, I don't know. This I just couldn't remember the theory. Bishop d7 now, and then he castles, and I'm in real trouble. Maybe the queen should have come back. Time to bring the queen back. Backstreak's back, all right. So he castles. And now I might be able to take on c3. With the queen, potentially. But also with the knight. Then I have knight b4, which is nice. So I'm thinking knight c3. He has this, but I can hit the queen. I think he's got this check, though. Then I have bishop d2. I think I might be able to take knight c3. This is a little greedy when I could just take with the queen. So this is a little greedy. A little greedy, but I think it works. But it's a little greedy because it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary, but yeah, I calculated this. Actually, yeah, it should be fine. It's a fine line I'm walking here. I didn't even need to move the knight. Okay, now I should probably move the bishop. What a weird position here. I can actually castle queenside, which is funny. I almost have bishop a5. I'm probably worse here by a bit. I'm thinking bishop e2 just so I can castle. Oh, that hangs the... Okay, maybe I have to play g3. I really don't want to, though, but gotta pick up the pace. He could sack the exchange, which is not the worst idea here, but it's unnecessary. But I want to castle and then play rook b1. That is fairly devastating. Okay, I'm bringing the knight back because I want to cover d3. Yeah, I think it covers it because I can take and then I can go queen e3, not d3, e3. Okay, I've got discoveries on that now. Okay, so I should be okay here. Where do we put the bishop? Because the bishop is not needing to defend that. But it gives us these potential here. I don't need to move the bishop here. I mean, it might have been safer in e2. I don't know. It's taking and taking. Oh, did I drop something? No, I should be okay, right? Okay. Should be okay here. I have the bishop pair. I've got king e2 now. King e2, queens are off. My bishops are pointed at his king. Yeah, he could try to stay active. He does choose to. I'm up a pawn. I will offer this rook trade. He can go rook c3 if he wants to. I can just keep. Okay. I have bishop g1. Might as well push it, although it does weaken my b pawn. But I can just tuck back, or maybe just king f2 might be fine. I do have a passed h pawn. Now the question is, practically speaking, do I want to take on c6? It would be opposite colored bishops. I'd be up a pawn though, and then I wouldn't have to worry about knight moves. But by Bob Seeger, I don't even know who wrote that. But I am just going to go with this approach for now. What I think. I mean, this would make my play easier. There's a little tactic here. If he brings in the king, I think I can take and then take. Except then he has b6, trapping my bishop. Yeah, it depends how he takes her. If he takes with the bishop, but that's my good bishop actually. But if he takes with the bishop, actually I've got another idea. I'm going to go here. Because if he goes b6 after, I can go bishop b6. But then he has rook b8. So it's very tricky, but it is check. Yeah, so you see my idea? If takes, I can take here, and then if b6, I have check. That's why I played rook b1. Okay, well, let's just so we do that. And then maybe run the a pawn. Doesn't do anything. That's just more harm. I'm going to flag. I should be winning, though. Can I? I'm going to push here, and then I might have rook b. Rook b, then he's got to bring his other rook back. And then I can run the a pawn, the h pawn. He needs to get out of this pin. He has to get out of this pin. Yeah, he's got a problem here now. Once he gets out of the pin, I'm taking. And then he's got two problems here because I'm threatening the h pawn to push the a pawn and b6. So once he plays king b7, I'm taking the knight. Or actually, wait, he's still pinned there. He's going to be pinned either way. But my idea is he comes in here and I run the h pawn. He has to give me b6, I think. I'm going to flag, though, 100%. or not 100, like 90, 95%. I'm going to flag. Yeah, so I could go rook b1, or I could take on c6 first. I burned all my time in the opening in this French. I just couldn't remember the theory. To be safe, I could go g4, you know, once his rook moves, g4, g5, h6, but actually, if I take the knight first, he can take with the bishop, and then he has b5, which complicates things. So I think I should go rook b1 first. Yeah, but the time situation is too real. He's really thought long here, like 3 minutes, right? Close to 3 minutes. He still has over three times as much time as I do, but deep in the tank here. But yeah, he's got so much time. He can think for another minute and still have twice as much time as I do, which is crazy. Somebody tell Froggy. It used to be like 35 or 34, and then I increase it as I get a little bit faster. So basically, once I start averaging like 19 minutes or something, then I'll increase it again. To, you know, so if I start averaging 42 in like 19 or 20 minutes, I'll increase it to 43. I hope I didn't get disconnected or something from Lee Chess, because he's been thinking for 4 minutes now. Okay, he made a move. That's actually a really good move. Okay, I didn't even think of b5. Didn't even think of it. Wow, he's got it all worked out. He's got it all worked out. Rook a8. He's got it all worked out. I'm running here. Just b2? No, you can't. Okay. We have a check. Push. Push. I can't actually take that. Can't actually take it. It's almost mate. I can take this, so he's got to take my pawn here. I'm going to flag as expected. Yeah, he flagged me here. You found a good move. Hello, Manonoko. Got him. Crap. Okay. Here. I'm gonna have to flag him here. Okay. Yeah, he tried to flag me, so I'll flag him. Okay. Ooh, that was dirty. That was a lot of work, man. 89 moves. 89 moves. 15 viewers now. Hello, viewers. Oh, that was work. 89 moves in that game. Yikes. He thought for so long. Oh, he should have moved. He did find a great move, though. I never even considered that. He played, what, G5 or, no, B5. But he ultimately thought too long because I was already in time trouble. Had he spent 5 seconds less, maybe not at 5 seconds, because I did flag him, but if he had spent 20 seconds left, I would have lost probably. Yeah, I burned a lot of time in the opening there. He really spent a long time on that one move. Oh boy, he used to be 2250 last summer. He was 2250. Okay, so I think I was too scared to go Queen G7 because I couldn't remember the theory here. Because I got scared. So he sorry. Well, first, so like Rook G8, Queen H7, and then he takes on D4. And I just couldn't remember what we do there. Like, does the queen go back here? That's what I was planning. It might just be Queen D3. No, because then E5 falls, and I don't like that. I just don't remember. I just don't remember. Do you guys know? Do you guys know the theory here? Before we look at it with the engine. Queen G7, Rook G8, Queen H7, CD. Like could it be Knight F3? Knight F3? No, because then he always takes. Like, maybe I give up E5? You know, I go Queen D3, Queen E5 check. It might be that. So I chickened out and I just played F4, which is bad, I think. Just couldn't remember. So we got this complicated mess. And I did account for all this. I was kind of pleased with myself for kind of quickly finding all of this. If there's Queen A5, I had Bishop D2. So I had all of this counter stuff accounted for. And then I got a bit, I continued to be ambitious. Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay. Then he traded everything. I don't think he should have traded because my king is already under pressure, and I was under time pressure as well. So I don't think he really should have traded there. And I should be winning here because I have the h-pawn, past h-pawn, and I have the bishop pair pointed at his king. Then he spent forever on this b5 move. I never considered it for some reason. In response, I played bishop f3 just because I had under a minute here. I should have seen b5 though. Instead, I was blabbering. Yeah, that's a good move for sure. b5. I don't know if he should have traded. Again, I was under time pressure. I don't think he should be simplified. Oh, but then at this point, he's a little low on the clock too. But he still had more than twice as much time than I did. Did I just drop a pawn here? I didn't mean to do that, but I was very low on the clock. I just dropped a pawn here with g4. Yeah, he let my king get active. That was a mistake. It's almost mate after king f6, but he's got d7, unfortunately. And I think earlier I could have... So I saw that I could promote. I saw this, but then after I recapture it, he can queen. So it almost works, but it doesn't. That's why I took... and this is opposite color bishop. This is hard to say. It feels, I mean, white should, I mean, I'll take white over black here every day, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I am up a pawn, but it's opposite color bishop, but rooks are on the boards. I think this is winning for white, but I had no time, and I'm sure I didn't play perfectly here. And he was very tricky. I had to keep dodging his bishop, so that was scary. And around here, I had, if you guys were wondering, there were forks. That's why I didn't, go to g6 because of the bishop fork. So I had to watch out for stuff like that. And I was just trying not to get bamboozled, swindled. And then he's the one that got into trouble here. And then it was still very tight though. I mean, I was kind of pre-moving at this point. I had 3 seconds, more or less. And I should have saved the bishop. It wouldn't have helped too much, though, honestly. It would have helped a little bit, but not much. And then instead of trying to mate him, because I had 3 seconds, rook and king is actually hard to mate quickly. So instead of doing that, I just flagged him. It's the pragmatic choice because he can't, his pre-moves don't always work because he doesn't know where my rook is going to be. So sometimes he walks into check and then he wastes time having to move the king again. Okay, let's look at that with the engine. I'm curious about the opening. Was it queen g4? I just lost half my viewers, but that's okay. Was it queen g4? There was 89 moves, so it's slow for Lichess to run the analysis on it. Because the way this whole graph works is basically every single position, every single 89 moves, they are run concurrently for a fraction, for like maybe 1 second per position, per fen, and then it stitches this all together. Okay, so I did blunder. Was it queen g7? It was queen g7. So what am I supposed to do? C takes d4. It is knight e2, and it is queen d3. Yeah, so it was both of those, but I still got scared. Yeah, well, queen d3, I got scared of queen e5. I just don't remember this. Even though this is like main line. How many? Well, it was 16 at one point. We're down to 9 now. But I'm happy with 9. But half of people did leave. Okay. Yeah, and then it's funny because this is like one of the main lines. I think it's because queen c7 might be unusual, and also, yeah, that might be why I'm not so familiar with this. But there's also there's knight e2, and then here then f4. I just don't remember this. No, knight e7 is main line, and queen. No, this is just all main line. How come I don't know main line? How come I don't know the main line, guys? How come I don't know main line? I had inklings of it. I said all these moves, but I wasn't confident. I was not confident. This is actually the main line. Knight b6, then f4. I don't know why I don't know main line. How come I don't know it? Okay. Anyways, going to play a new game. That was stressful. That was a lot of work. That was a lot of work for a single win. Okay, white again. This time we're going to do the bird because the bird, the bird is the word. And let's see if the bird has been doing well, as it usually tends to. I don't know if b3 is the right approach here, but I kind of feel c4 is, but I'm going to go b3. And I wonder if I can go g4 here or rook g1. No, there's you only let's YOLO it. G4. It's completely unnecessary. I already had a good position, but we got to make him uncomfortable. I think I just go G5 and I'm winning a pawn here. Oh no, there's knight H5. So do I go H4 then? H4 or rook G1? Don't know about this. But H4 stops knight H. Oh, wait, what did it even stop? I already confused. It doesn't even stop knight H5. I don't even know what I'm smoking. H5, I guess I have to go. I don't know. I'm being a bit too flamboyant now. H4 was like, even the G4 was unnecessary, but we got to make him uncomfortable. As I say, yeah, but G4, he still has knight H5. But then again, I don't know how long he can stay there because I can move my knight then. And I'm already hitting his knight, right? And his knight is not so great there. He can go to G. I think I'm pushing. Even though but the H4 made no sense in hindsight. But I don't know how good his knight is here because I just moved my knight. I forgot about this. Okay, yeah. So no, I take on G7. He does have knight G3, but it's not so bad. I think I just take here, and I'm just up a pawn. So what's not to like? The bird. And I'm coming all the way back. And big whoop, he goes here. He doesn't even want to. Okay, that is scary though. That's scary. Okay, this stops queen e2. That is scary. Can I go f4? I don't like my king in the middle, I have to say. F4, he just moves his, but then I'm coming in here. then he's like pinning me and stuff. Yeah, that I don't like my king in the middle. This is established. Okay, let's go maybe d3 or knight c3. Let's say d3. My king can then run more. So d3. If he opens me up, I take the knight. I think I'm okay there. And if he goes knight g3, well, rook g1, then he's winning a pawn. So that's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. Bing, bang. This is... Yeah, this is a problem. He's going to go here, and then he's going to take. Oh boy, and I'm too scared to take here. You know, but maybe I have to. No, I mean, bishop g4 is coming. Oh god, what did I do? So take. I don't like this. I don't like what I did. Okay, let's say, so bishop h3. Okay, maybe I have to play f4. f4. I really don't like this. He moves his knight. I mean, because he's going to go bishop g4. But okay, I'm playing this. I think h4 was bad. h4 was too slow. Even the g4 was speculative already. And then h4 was too slow because it wasn't even necessary because knight h5 was already not so good for his knight. And h4 did nothing. So h4 was bad. h4 was bad. Yeah, so here, I mean, there's f6. Oh, wow. Okay, maybe it's hard to say. So let's say d3. Here, I think I'm going d3. I got to play quicker now too. I'm already in time trouble. Knight g3. I'm going rook g1. I don't think f6 was good. He should have attacked f5. I feel he got scared of f6. I think, but my king is in the middle. I think he should have played that. Then he had bishop g4 and stuff, and I might be able to defend, but it's a headache. But now this is not as scary. So yeah, knight g3, rook g1. Did he have d5 there? Yeah, he wins a pawn there after d5. But I think I might just play that. Yeah. I don't really have much of a choice. That stupid script keeps airing out. So yeah, oh. Well, I don't know if that's a good choice for him because my king gets out of this. But there's bishop h3. And also I can't castle. So maybe that's good. Okay, so takes. Okay, I'm not sure. I don't know. I kind of want to castle, so I'm taking with the rook. Surely now he opens up his bishop. But now I have e4. I think he missed his opportunity. He missed his opportunity. He had to have been winning there. Yeah, so I can go to e6. I could also take. I think I'm going to e6. Yeah, I don't want his queen in here. Oh, he's got queen. Oh, he's got bishop G. Oh, he's got bishop here. Yeah, that's a good move. Oh, damn. So I can't castle after all. Oh, well. I'll manually castle. Okay. Yeah, this is bad for me. I don't know what he's thinking about here. There's nothing to think about. Is there? He just... Oh, stupid script. Okay, I'm exiting that script. Okay, so he wants that. I guess I should take it. Oh, yeah, I don't understand. Okay, I don't really understand the point of that, but yeah, now he gobbles up all my queenside pawns. Oh, he wants this. Wow, but I've got 96. But then he moves. Yeah, he's got pressure there. He's got pressure. Can I do anything good here? I don't know. Oh, I've got queen h5. Queen h5 he can't take. But queen h5. I think he should unravel here. Something like knight c5. Maybe he can take on g4. Maybe. But I think g4 that I played earlier might have been okay, but h4 was not good. h4 was not good. I can get pretty... Oh, he's blinking now. I don't like the blinking. 1300 bullet, 2000 rapid. Okay, I've got bishop a3. Can he come in here? I can just take the knight, right? I guess he can come back in, but then he's out of my hair. Okay, let's try that. He's slowing down a lot. I was in big time trouble. I still am, but he's quickly catching up to my own time trouble here. Okay, can I just attack him? No, he's covering c6 now. Okay, now I can take here maybe. I mean, it's very risky what I mean, but his queen is starting to get overloaded. Maybe he has to go here now. But then I have a fork potential with, no, he has to move the king. This isn't actually doing anything. So yeah, he goes here. I could go queen c2. He just defends. I don't have anything there as much as I want it to be. What about check, take, and then check? I don't think I have anything there, but I almost have something. His rook can go to g2 easily. Yeah, this f7 is interesting. It'd be good to get this knight on b1 pulling its own weight. At least I'm the one with the initiative. Like, I'm the one giving black questions to solve. It's helping me on the clock. I've almost equalized on the clock now. But I think he just has queen d6. Queen d6, and I might go f7. I haven't really decided. Or why don't I just go? Why don't I just give a check first, and then f7? I could even then go. What did he take? He took a pawn? Wow. Really? He's just giving me this? What does he see that I don't? What does he see that I don't? Okay, so I have check now. And then I don't know what he sees. Oh, he wants to go here. Okay, that's interesting. But I'll take on d4, bishop d4. You know, c5, bishop b2. And then I'll take this way. I still wonder if I should give a Zwischenzug. It's too late now. I should have went here first as soon as I said it. Okay, here. I was thinking queen h5 first, which might have been better. I'm not. He still had king d8 though, so I don't know. Probably works out similarly. Now I can trade queens. I'm up a piece, right? No, I'm not up a piece. I'm up a pawn though, and I'm going to lose a pawn. But I'm going to hit h7, so I will trade here. Oh no! He defends h7. Okay, so I have to go d4. No, that doesn't help. So it's equal. It is equal. I'm going to develop, and then he can castle. Yeah, there's no increment here. And then there's rook g. Yeah, rook g2 will come. Fortunately, he really did slow down significantly. I'm actually ahead on the clock now. That's the only thing keeping me in good spirits here. Okay, let's go here. Actually, I should have taken on h7. I'm stupid. Oh well. I had this loaded in my fingers. Okay, I think I'm taking now. Don't have to ask me twice. So take now, and then I have knight e7 if he moves the bishop to defend against checks. As so. Actually, do I like this better? Let's go here. Oh, there's this check. Oh, it's getting dangerous. This guy is tricky. Okay, we'll do it. Shit. Oh. Yeah, I don't know now. Yeah, a3 clutch. a3's clutch. Now he comes in with the other rook. Which doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. I might then push my pawn. That cost me a lot of time though, finding a3. That cost a lot of time. I might go rook. I think I'm going to go. If I go rook a, h8, then he can take on a3, which isn't the end of the world. But I'd rather not drop a pawn. I mean, I could go a4, but no, then he has bishop b4 again. Yeah. So I think I might push the pawn just to give him something to think about. Just to give him a time waster. Yeah, he just forgot about his clock in general. I was down 3 minutes. I can actually go here. There's no need though. There's no need because he's not threatening anything. He can try for this. But this gives him something to think about. He's got 15 seconds. I just need to not get checkmated in the next 10 seconds here. Yeah, he had a big time advantage. I was thinking rook g1, but this is not really good either. You can still take an a3. And he just forgot about his clock. I don't know what that was about. He just didn't move. It was very strange. His connection was fine. He is from Peru, though. I don't think they have the best internet. But yeah, he's 1300 bullet, 1700 blitz, and then 2000 rapid, which is... Maybe he's an older gentleman. Because that's a big-ass discrepancy. 1300 bullet. But his connection was fine. I don't know. So we got a bird win. Now that one was a bit exuberant in like G4 and then H4. I don't like my H4 move. And G4 was not even G4 was already a little, I'm not sure. G4 is probably okay, but H4 was bad, I think. Because I wanted to play G5, but then after knight H5, I didn't want knight H5. So I thought somehow H4 stopped it, which doesn't. I'd have to put it on H5, which is going to take too long. But I wonder if I could have just played it and then played something like knight D4. Or even just like knight G1. Yeah, knight H5, I might just have knight G1. Right? Damn. He can't, yeah, I think that's poisoned, right? I just have knight G1. Right? Because if you say G6, I take his rook. That's weird. So I could have just played G5. So in fact, I'm just winning here, right? Because he has to go to D4. I take on G7, and then here I'm just up a pawn. This is winning already. Move 6. Bird is too strong. So let's look at that with the... Well, no, I'll review the rest. But I think just G5 and I'm winning. Winning being up a pawn. Here I did win a pawn, but then I burned all my time here because queen e7 was a good move because then he followed this, he played this well, e5, and my king is in a lot of danger. And if you go d3, there's knight g3, rook g1, and then he takes on f4, which I didn't like. So I easily got into trouble there. And that's mainly because of h4. Like if I hadn't played h4, imagine this position without h4, but I get 2 moves. Because that's essentially what it would be. So then I would have been fine because like I could have had like rook g1 in place, or like knight c3 d3, and I would have been okay. Maybe not knight c3, but d3, and then he couldn't go knight g3 anymore, and then I would have been okay here. So yeah, this caused me. Ultimately, I went f5, and I don't think he should have. I think f6 was a mistake because that just slows down his attack. I think he should have moved his other knight. And yes, I have f6, but he just moves the queen. And I think that's what he should have went for. Because now I don't really have king safety issues anymore. And yeah, here I regretted pre-moving the recapture because I queen h5 was, I should have considered that. Probably doesn't make a big difference. There's queen f7 and then take, I take here. It's probably wouldn't have made a big difference to what happened. Fortunately, yeah, and then I traded queens here. Yeah, A3. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I was pretty happy with that move. I called it clutch, not really exactly clutch, but the threat was because my idea was if he goes rook G2, I was going to play knight E2, but then this scared the crap out of me. Because check, I have to move my king to D1, and I'm not dead. I'm actually alive, but that just looked too scary. So A3, prophylactic move, stopping bishop B4. And then he just played too slow. He played all of this very slowly. Let's take a look at that with the engine. And I'm going to load this up in CPT while it loads here. So I was looking at this other position. Give me a second here. And then let me cross-reference it with chessbase. Okay, unsurprisingly. And then let me cross-reference this with Chessable. Survey says it's in there. It is in there. CPT is free. But beware, it's unsupported. It's rogue software. Okay, but this is... Wait. What the heck is going on? This is not in... Okay, you guys can't see what I'm doing, but I'm in Chessable right now, cross-referencing this position. And I think this is... It's giving me a whole different position. That's not the fen I'm giving it. These are not the droids. What the hell is going on? I'm copying this position. I'm loading it up. This has nothing to do with the game I just played. I'm looking at something else different. Yeah, this is... Oh, you know what's probably going on? It's probably a variation. So give me a second here. Oh yeah, transposed. Okay. So here it's 95. So 95 is the suggestion. Okay, so bear with me here. And then okay. Okay, with all that done, I'm going to now load up the game that I just played, which was this triangle Caro-Kann type of setup. And I actually don't have this in my repertoire yet. So I'm going to let that run. I'll run it with 5 lines for an hour or two until we hit depth 49, which is what I always get it to. But yeah, B3 looked good. Okay, so let me run that for a couple hours and let me go back to the game. Sorry you had to wait through all that. So this is a graph. I'm guessing this is when I played H4, possibly G4. Put the engine on. So G4 is good, and this is Grandmaster Raven Sturt's. Which camera am I looking at? This one? This one. Grandmaster Raven Sturt's recommendation in a lot of these lines. He recommends it in lines often when the bishop is on e7 and then the pawn is on c5. I believe, yeah, in these French setups. But you can play it in a lot of lines. And yeah, see, look at that. G4 is now the top move. Suspicious. So G4, if they take, then we can either take on G7 or Rook G1. Computer likes Rook G1 here. Why? I'm not quite sure. These can get very complicated though, these lines. Pretty much most bird lines can get extremely complicated. Oh yeah, because it's usually better to take on G7. Now, if he takes on H2, there's some tactics here. If you take with a knight, then there's Queen H4 and we're losing because of this fork. So you have to take on G7. And I haven't looked at this beyond this here. If he gives us a check, it's no big deal. We can just move the king away. So black can't take. Now here, yeah, G5. So again, I was scared of knight H5, but knight H5, I think we just go knight G1. Now I thought it's only +1. I thought it would be stronger than +1. Oh my God, there's knight F4. We're still better here, but this mitigates the damage. Knight takes F4. He gets 2 pawns for the piece. Or does he? Because I take on G7. Yeah, then he gets G5. Ooh, and my king is exposed. But this is +1.1. Maybe knight H3 is safer. But yeah, it takes. And then Rook G8. Can we go to B2? We can. It's not the top move, but this is scary though. This is scary. But he's got no light square control, so we can just like go Queen E2 and hide. We are up a piece, so we're actually fine here. Just got to be careful. But yeah, essentially you don't have to worry about knight H5. It looks like. So yeah, I should have played G5, and then if he goes to E4, D3, knight C5, we win a pawn on G7. So either way, we're winning a pawn on G7. Actually, wait, he has to go to... Yeah, so actually the best move is knight H5. And this is the actual best line. And then we either take on G7 or we go knight H3 here. Or there's other moves as well. We are up a piece here. So we don't have to worry about knight H5. I got to keep an eye out on that in the future. Yeah, that we just move the knight. Yeah, that's too bad. Okay, so what's the best move here? The best move is to take, and then Rook G1, knight H2, Rook G7, and this is pretty close to equal, but white should be better from being more experienced in these lines because white will play it so much more often than black. That's the main idea. There's multiple moves here. There's E5. This is scary though. This is a little scary, but again, white should be more familiar with these lines from playing it more often. So G4 was solid. Long story short. Yeah, H4. I regretted it shortly after playing it. Plus, he can actually take on G4 now. Apparently. Yeah, this is not so clear to me, but apparently, the Powerball. You guys know that meme? Okay. But yeah, apparently this is better for black, but this is not apparent to me. It's not obvious why. It's complicated. So, but yeah, H4 was just bad. It was too slow, essentially. And I should have just played G5. And then this was a mistake because of E5, which is, yeah, will cause me an issue. So bishop E5, blockading the E pawn is what I should have played. Just to buy me some time. and we're better here. I just didn't see e5. I didn't see how dangerous that was. F6 was a blunder. Yeah, I felt it was bad. Yeah, just knight. Oh, so knight g3 is the best move. I thought he could also just move his other knight somewhere, which would have been slightly better than what he played. But it's saying knight g3 is best. And yeah, we're a bit worse here. She should have taken on f5. Apparently taking is better. The reason I didn't really like his queen coming in, but I guess it wasn't a problem. Or no, wait. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't quite want his queen to come in. I wanted to keep that closed. And yeah, we're better now. And he starts to he still has more time than I do. And yeah, we're just winning at this point. He traded too much. This was a blunder. What did I have better? So queen h5 first was better. So if he moves the king, because if he doesn't move the king, if he blocks, I just trade and then I'm up a piece because there's no pin here anymore. So if he goes here, then okay, no, this gets a little complicated. And same thing here. Now we're hitting the rook, but there's also knight c3. Yeah, this is a little complicated though. I'm not seeing that quickly. That's risky. So I don't care too much about not seeing that. Here I'm under 3 minutes. This was good enough. Yeah, okay. Getting a little tired, but it's early. I'll play another one. Try to get over 2,000. Oh boy. Or I mean, almost 2,200 is what I meant to say. So this will be a tough game. Surgor. Do we get a Smith? Oh, we got a Smith Mora. So this should be fun. Well, actually, playing against the Smith Mora is never fun. It's actually a headache. But it's fun in the sense that it's going to be theory time. That's the only fun thing about it. So in the Smith Mora as black, you just defend. If you can defend properly, then you're winning. If you can't defend properly, you're losing. So you have to defend properly. So this is all my homemade theory still. We had a Smith Mora yesterday. I did play this guy twice before, and I lost both games. So that's not a good. That's not good. Well, actually, yesterday I didn't do well. I was in trouble out of the opening, but it was a... Okay, yeah, A3. But I won the game, but it was because of the end game. He played too quickly yesterday in the Smith Mora. I had a struggling middle game. So bishop f4. Called it. I'm wondering if I could either have bishop c. No, I don't have bishop c5. So probably knight f6. No, I had a lot of mistakes. Knight f6. If e5, I think I have knight d5. So if bishop g4, am I going h6 g5? h6. I think that's actually playable. It's a headache though. I'm gonna do this. Actually, those are just bishop e7. But I think you can go h6 g5. I think the computer likes that. It's such a headache though. Yeah, so here I just go knight d5. I mean, this should be fine. I think you can also go knight g4 in these lines. I think you can, but I know that this works, so I'm just going to play that. I think you can go knight g4, and then if if he had to go rook e1, I forget. Okay. I've got knight c4 hitting b2, or should I castle now? Bishop e7. You got to be, actually, I forgot, this is really scary. Castling can actually just lose immediately. Forgot about that. Okay, I'm gonna go here. But I got to be really careful about castling. It's easy to just die instantly. Like knight g5 stuff. Hello, frankly, with Venki. So castles, can he go knight g5? No. I'm really scared about castling. I've had issues. I've had issues in the past, even stuff like this. But I think that maybe this is, I don't know. Can I castle here? Castles. Check right away. Take. Check. I'm okay, I think. But there's also rook left. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't destroy me. Here it feels like I'm okay if I castle. But that's one of the most annoying things about playing against the Sims. Yeah, there he goes. There he goes. He might be winning here. I've had this type of thing where I might have even lost to this guy in the same line. G6. You know, he comes in here. Then like knight G5 even. He's threatening. No, he's not threatening. I mean, I should be okay after G6. You would think. But I seem to recall there's dangers lurking. Well, what else do I have other than G6? But I think he might be winning in a move or two. I just have trauma. I just have trauma. I don't see what it is. Now he's thinking, so that makes me feel a little bit better. You don't just throw a move up. Yeah. Okay, bishop b1. Oof. 13 viewers now. Okay, yeah. I could give him the exchange. I don't know. I'm honestly pretty scared. So rook fe8, knight g5. I should be okay, but I'm scared regardless. I've been burned too many times. But honestly, most of the time when I get burned, it's right away. It's within 2 moves of castling. So I might be okay here. Yeah, because when you die from castling in this Miss Mora, it's like it's honestly within 2 moves. You know you're losing within 2 moves. Okay. Now, first of all, I don't know if I want to trade off my dark squared bishop. I don't know. Because right now there's no need to do that. But it would give us a bit of control back over our dark squares. I'm a little worried of him coming in here. I don't think that's a problem though. Queen h3 is often an issue too. I wonder if he could do something. I mean, he can't do it right now, but this type of idea. So he might want these to trade and then, but it's not easy for him to do this maneuver. Yeah, but what am I going to do? Do I want to hit the E pawn? Not really. It lets his knight go to E5. Excuse me. I could go knight C4, where I'm hitting B2, but I don't have a plan after that. Like after he goes rook B1, for example. And often it's not good to move this knight. But what am I doing? Often it's good to take here too. I could do that and then force a bishop trade. I could take on F3 and then go bishop G5. D7 is still weak, but that could be an idea. There's also B5 and then he has queen B7 or B4. Like he could play B4 and then queen B7. So like that could be a thing. Also, my dark squared bishop helps control D6. Okay, so I have a fork here on B2. Yeah, I could also just continue with this plan, which is a simple plan. Oh, there's the extra. That's his trick. That's his trick. Okay, so let's go knight C4. That's his trick. Bishop G5 takes, and then he's got rook D7. Oh shit! I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I was winning. I should just take here. He had to take with his pawn. Otherwise, this was hanging. Oh, I'm so stupid. Damn it. God damn it, Bobby. Oh, I was winning there. I mean, I think I think I'm still winning, but Queen C7 now is looking good. Is it though? I think so. Can I go here? Because I'm threatening here and then take on C2. He stops it. I can take and then take here. Can I try that? Take here. And take here. Oh, okay. No, this works still. It still works. Should be okay. I don't know why I'm pre-moving that. But yeah, I had that other move before. Okay. Oh god. It's looking a little scary. How do I want to do this? I have bishop d6. I've got bishop f6. Bishop f6 looks good. I have d6 here, but that's maybe I should just move the knight. The knight's being awkward. This is looking a little scary. Okay, let's go here. I had a time advantage, but he's got the bishop pair. I'm up 2 pawns, so okay. I can go here and then d5, I think. I think I have d5. And my dark squares are getting weak here. Yeah, the only thing I really regret is when he made that move before. I could have taken on f3. He has to go gf because he had a piece hanging on c2. Okay. d5 now is questionable. But what isn't? h4? Yeah, scary. Yeah, called it. Called it. He might have a draw now. Take, and then take, bishop g3. I think he might have a draw now, but I'll take a draw, even though I'm winning. Okay, so can I take, check? It's too dangerous. I think I have to allow the draw. Maybe I can go this way, actually. Because my queen can cover. Queen goes, queen g7 maybe. Yeah, take with the knight. Ooh, I gotta be careful about rook lifts after though. Take here. Even he even has queenie or rook e6. No, he doesn't. But yeah, take, check. No, he does have rook e6. No, he doesn't. Okay. So I have a fork here. You can take. I actually have a check now. I should be winning. Well, everything. I was always winning the whole game, but there should really be winning now. I think I'm just taking the bishop. I don't see the problem. And then I have a fork coming. Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Okay. Nice to get a win. Yeah, another Smith-Morra. I've told you guys this before. My win rate against a Smith-Morra is pretty good because as long as if you can defend, you're winning. It's not going to be a draw. As long as you defend, you're winning. If you don't defend properly, you lose. So just defend properly. Okay, easier said than done, but just defend all of White's threats, and you will win against a Smith-Morra. Even against a 2300, former 2300, 2372 last year. And a current 2300 blitz player. Yeah, this is a better blitz weapon. I always say that. The Smith-Morra is a better blitz weapon than it is slower time controls because you can defend. You have time to defend. Nice to get a win. With theory, with openings that you know a lot of theory on. It's good to get a win. So I don't think I missed too much. I think I missed. I could have taken on f3 earlier, but first of all, a3 is not so fantastic. And yeah, in some lines you can go knight g4. I don't think this is one of the lines. I think it might be when the knight is on c4 already. Because that's the only thing that makes sense to me. Here it doesn't really make sense. He just goes h3. Yeah, but there's some lines where you go knight G, you go knight G. When the pawn is on E5, you go knight G4. Yeah, maybe when the knight is on C4 and then you take this way or something. I can't quite remember. But I know that you can always just go D5. That's the safest way to do it. I think like knight G4 is like 10 center pawns better in some lines. So here already a lot of the problems for black has dissipated because we've traded another set of pieces. Thank you, JML, for worrying about my mental health. I'm just, well, no, because I don't like it. One of the things I hate is people that are like, oh yeah, I saw that. Like I like to be objective, and if I miss something, I'm stupid for missing it. I know what you're saying, but I don't feel harm from doing that to myself. It's because I know I know better is why. Because like yeah, I know what you're saying. For me, it's not a problem. I'm too old for it to be a problem. Okay, anyways, but yeah, he traded a pair of pieces off. So the only thing we really need to worry about now is shenanigans on the king side. That's why I got really paranoid about that. But typically it's when white is often a little bit quicker. Like this rook is on E1, so it's a little quicker to do rook lifts. The queen is often on E2. I think that's kind of what white missed here, by the way. Like A3 is a little slow. The typical setup of queen E2, rook D1 is typically better. Here it says the dog says hello, poking. Can you see that? There we go. Oh, you came to join me. Hi. Yeah, you can come in. Come on. What do you want? Yeah. Hi. Oh, I might. Whoops. Need to take him out to the bathroom soonish. Yeah, because this is about the time I end the stream, so he kind of feels that. Okay. Oh, I put the webcam. Webcam's a little off, right? Oh boy, I think he has to go to the bathroom, right? When did I last take you out? Not too long ago. But yeah, I might have to wrap it up soon. Let me continue on though. But yeah, A3 is just a little slow because white did gambit a pawn. So does white really have time for this slow response? Right? Yeah. So and then he trades off a piece, which makes my job of defending easier. Instead, I should say I should have calculated that move a little better. Yeah, because that's very natural. That's very natural. I know what you're saying, but yeah, I know what you're saying, but it's. I don't think it's realistic to to say that. Okay, so bishop e7, and then I castled, and I just have to be careful here because it's easy to get mated. Yeah, and this whole queen d3 thing. So often this type of things happens on e4 because the queen is normally on e2 and this rook goes to d1. So this was also kind of the wrong square for the rook. This rook belongs on d1 to put pressure down on mainly on d6 and d7. So often you get the queen going to d3, and then there's problems on the king side here. And the queen can also swing to h3 and create havoc that way. But yeah, so after g6, rook e8, there's actually no follow-up that I could see from white. So I'll just try to push my agenda here. And wait, no, was it here that I regretted? Yeah, here is when I regretted. As soon as I played knight c4, I think I should have just taken here because he has to go gf, right? Because if he takes as a queen, I take on c. on c2, and I don't think I'm getting mated here. So he has to go gf, and it still worked for me, but then I'm really free to. Well, first of all, I'm just happy to trade another pair of pieces off, and then I have bishop g5 as well, right? Takes bishop g5, and then everything has been traded. So I instantly regretted knight c4. And come to think of it, I probably still could have taken here. Because he can't take with a queen, because then I can take on b2. Or even here. I could have taken here. I could have been a contender. So, yeah, I still had that. And yeah, then I had to burn a bit of time here because this was a little scary. But I just defended, and this was scary too, I have to say. And fortunately, I was able to take with the f pawn, so my queen can laterally defend. If I take with the h pawn, I think he has takes, check, take. Actually, even there, I'm winning. I was always just winning. I always had queen g7 because the bishop was defended, so I was just always winning, I think. And then we're further winning here. So let's look at that with the engine. But I predict it's going to be pretty much black, like straight black. I don't think I missed much. Well, okay, this is already incorrect, but more or less, I think it'll be straight black, which is nice against the 2179 formerly. Yeah, so that's what I thought. So was there anything we could have improved upon here? Yeah, see, this jumps from minus 0.5 to 0.9, minus 0.9. Yeah, and I forgot that e5 is a move. This little girl played this against me in the most recent tournament I played in. I have a video on my YouTube channel. What round was that? That was round 3 or 4, I think. Well, it might have been, no. No. Yeah, it might have been round 3. Where she played e5, which is, or was it here, or was it elsewhere? I forget if it was here. It might have been. I thought it was here. And after the game, I told her that I didn't think that was best, but it's actually, computer said it's fine. But yeah, generally you want queen e2, rook d1. a3 is just a little too slow, but it's not terrible. Knight f6. So this would have been bad, but yeah, there's some lines where it's good. Had he played bishop g5, I think I was just going bishop e7, which is okay, but not the best move. Knight c4 is. So knight c4, let's just say he goes b3. Oh, wait, I'm hitting a3. Okay, well, let's just say he goes rook b1. What the heck? Oh my god, then we can take here. Wow. So there's actually threats there. So what's the best move here? He has to give us the pawn, apparently. Oh, the dog's in the bed now. Good boy. Good boy. Hello, Lyndon. Oh god, now this is off center. This is why I don't like to move the camera, but good enough. Good enough. But it's not centered. What is this? Here? That's better. Okay. Where was I? Yeah, so we're still -1, but knight c4 was better, or h6. Yeah, I did consider h6. I considered if here, g5, computer likes g5. I said this, and then just play this out. I feel uncomfortable in this position though, but yeah, I know the computer likes that. Anyways, I played bishop e7. This allows. Wait, sorry, this is not the line. I'm sorry. That's if bishop g5. I'm sorry. But yeah, similarly in the game, he played e5. I played bishop e7. Apparently knight c4 is still better. Well, I wanted my king safe. And then I played knight c4. Here, yeah, bishop f3 was just as good. I guess they were both equally good. Yeah, I don't know. So really, around here, I started to slip a little, but I was getting low on the clock, but still winning. Yeah. Guys, I think I'm going to end it there. I have a bit of energy, but I think I should take him out to go to the bathroom. 13 viewers right now, so I don't want to end the stream right now, but it's also good to end on a win, end on a high note, on a good note. So it was 2 hour, 20-minute stream. I'll be back tomorrow. I think I have an interruption happening around this time tomorrow, so I don't know how I'm going to juggle that. I might have to just pause the stream tomorrow for like 10 minutes, which might be weird. Otherwise, I have to stream earlier or else just skip streaming tomorrow. But thanks for watching. Hopefully you don't think this stream was too short. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. I will plan to be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. See you next time.